Hi, I'm Jordan Kimmel with Magnet Minutes with an update February 23rd, 2023. And today I have a special guest, a friend. It's Andiswa Samantha Gibson from Chic Décor Services, which is a real estate consulting and design firm. And Andiswa, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you, Jordan. I really appreciate you having me.
Well,
Really
Anderson, we
excited.
met a few years ago, and we were both in the same financial services firm back then. But I
Yeah.
know that you branched out into real estate development, even and consulting on fashion. So before we get into a discussion I want to have with you on millennial and real estate investing and kind of lifestyle. Why don't you spend a couple minutes on Chic Decor Services and to tell us what you do there?
Okay. Thank you, Jordan. So I am an interior decorator, and I also consult real estate developers on projects that they're working on, presenting the projects to the clients once everything is built from the ground up. Help them stage the residential properties that they're going to be showing to investors as well as to just private owners. As well as so on the residential side, I help homeowners turn their homes into something fabulous, updated, something that caters to their lifestyle and also to their taste and aesthetic, and really helping them customize their home and give it that homely feel that they really that really suits their style and lifestyle.
Well, I love it. And
Yeah.
and this while let me just say, from when we first met,
Yes.
the one thing I knew you had was style.
Thank
And
you.
I'm glad you got out of the financial services, which is a pretty dry business. And people need style.
Yes.
And I know you bring it. And I know you also had, we've a great educational background and came from a high level of education, but I love the fact that you're following dream and style. And so, what I'm curious about and what we had talked about in the past is,
Yes.
things have changed. People are some people are working from home. Millennials look at real estate different than let's call it the baby boomers.
Yes, yes.
The guy that interviews you, generations change and styles change. Kind of share a little bit, in your circle, your friends, some trends, some things that you think may be happening with real estate.
Yeah. So yes, this is very exciting topic. It's a lot of changes that are going on. It's a hot button issue at the moment. So from the perspective of a millennial, so one of the what separates us from the previous generations is that we are very cognizant about how we utilize our time and where our energy is going. So the important things to millennials is having a work-life balance and a healthy working environment. One of the key points, selling points with millennials is being able to work from home or having some combination of a work from home and in office hybrid roles. So with that, the pandemic certainly has propelled that forward. So when the pandemic happened, there was this surge, this rush of people wanting to know how they can convert the space that they're already in into a home office. So I was also forced to adapt quickly to everything that was going on. So I actually ended up being able to get clients where I was virtually assisting clients that were not in the same state as I was. Just going on a platform, getting a video footage of their homes and consulting them and telling them maybe convert this space over here, do this. This is a great company that can make, customized furniture, micro furniture, certain customizable pieces for apartment buildings, for condos, and for residential homes. So that is really a big selling point for millennials. Their spaces that we typically look for are going to be work, home, entertaining. So it's very important creating a space and environment where you can cook, you can entertain friends, but also an environment where you can work. So a lot of the projects that I've been working on is, so what really a millennial that's looking at a home really wants to look at a fixer-upper. That's the big trend. And if anybody
Right.
has watched HGTV, any of the home
Right.
networks, you know that fixer-uppers are all the rage. So they're, millennials are looking for homes that they can just be able to convert from the ground up, be able to put in the appliances and that suit their tastes and preferences, being able to design the space so that it's multi-use. So the fixer-uppers are a really big draw. And then if the fixer-upper is not something that is at the moment attainable for them, micro condos are really big and on the rise right now. A lot of developers have been tapping into that market, and the units are just selling out like hotcakes. So again, with the micro condos, it's that every space has to have those three elements: entertaining, work,
Right.
and yes, and living. So a lot of the manufacturers have also changed in what pieces they're pushing out more, because now pieces have to have multiple uses. So if you have a sofa, that sofa is not just it's multifunctional. It's a sofa and it's a storage unit. You have a
That's
table,
awesome.
but yeah. So there definitely manufacturers are seeing a trend, and they're definitely catering to it.
Right.
So you have, aside from the micro condos, so you also have modular prefabricated homes. So it's not the older style that you're typically thinking of. They can go just, have something that's much more traditional, and you can go all the way to luxury style prefabricated homes. So what this is they're created in the factory and they're shipped out in sections to the location where they're going to, where the resident is going to live.
Right.
And again, this allows something that wasn't perhaps out of reach and out of market for the home buyers, is that they're able to take part in the design of how the home is actually going to look. So that's a really great selling point. The overall arching thing on my third point is actually community approach to living.
Hmm.
So it plays out in various ways. So you can rent out so if you do own a home and you have a large backyard, you can actually rent out that backyard and convert it to a community garden or community recreational space.
Wow.
And this is because millennials are very eco-friendly. They're very conscious about how they're investing. They're, just ESG investments. They're very conscious about the carbon footprint. So this allows them to have a green space and also connect with the community, because it's a very selling point. It's a big part about millennials wanting to have a sense of community in the digital world.
Really great point.
This as well, it ties into co-housing. So this is another alternative. So this is intentional community. It's private homes that are clustered together. So you will see a big space of land and the houses are all clustered together, but there is allocated farming space and then there's allocated recreational spaces. So this allows a person, you have a smaller home, but you share the backyard space, and
Maybe
you
you
have
could
your
have
own
like central
privacy.
meeting or central get together, or a physical space where maybe you could all go at night and meet up, something like that.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is, yeah, and this is more for somebody also if you are more out and really further out into the suburbs, into the rural areas.
Right.
Um, and yeah, it's affordable. It has the amenities that you would otherwise may not be able to get in a condo. And the amenities as well are great. They're selling points for millennials. So,
Right.
like I said, this could be in an urban setting. So you have condo complexes, you have low-rise apartments. The other option, again, it's in rural areas. So these are the rural areas that you will get more single family homes.
Right.
And
Sure,
so
you
that
know,
allows
something
more
else.
privacy if it's just more than one person.
Okay, so look, I think you bring up an array, a whole new way of people really looking for ownership. The misnomer a couple years ago was that the Gen X's, the millennials will never buy, but frankly, they do very well financially, and they do want to own, and they do have an interest in ownership. And you know, one other area I'm thinking that you might do some consulting in. I know that there are neighborhoods in, you know, New York, New Jersey that used to be industrial neighborhoods where the building now converts to condos and probably gives a whole lot of opportunity for like redesign and the kind of functionality that I think that Chic Decor probably specializes in.
Oh, absolutely. Part of the unconventional home ideas is that it's taking structures that were pre-existing and also just these spaces. So for example, Hoboken, right? Along the waterfront, on the Hudson
Right,
waterfront, those used to
exactly.
be factories. Now those spaces have been converted to lofts. So everything, it's
Right.
about also being as creative as you possibly can, and also infusing your personality into the space. So barn structures, if you're out in the rural area, that's also one of my favorites, watching HGTV, where they have barns that have been converted, silos that have been converted into these amazing spaces. You also have firehouses that are no longer in use that people are
Wow.
converting. Churches as well are another point where they've converted, either made it multiple family homes or just individual homes. And you can get very creative in terms of the design, mixing in that the older architecture, if that's more of your taste, and being able to bring more of the modern contemporary aesthetic into your home. So it plays up really well, and incredible amounts of sunlight, and who doesn't want that, right?
Right,
So if you,
right.
yeah.
Well, I gotta say, Andiswa, I think that you've really moved into a great area for yourself because I know you have high style, high energy, and you also really love people. You like to listen to them, and I'm sure what you do is take their concepts and convert it into design. And so I could see, what you're doing really mesh well with your capabilities, your personality, and
Yeah.
your flair for style. So I want you to do one thing, please.
Yes.
I'm sure people are going to want to reach out. I know you have a website,
Yes.
and maybe next time you come on, even you can show us a couple of people like to show their book and show some projects that you worked on. But for now, Andiswa, I love the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of what you're doing. I'm excited by what you've done already. Share
Thank
your website and let the listeners and viewers reach out to you.
Yes. So my website is www.chicdecorservices.com. Chic Decor, CHIC, Decor, DECOR, Services, SERVICES.com. So Chic Decor Services, just one word. Social medias to follow. So you're going to be able to follow me soon on Twitter and on Instagram, getting myself set up on there. But yes, for now on there, I do have some projects that I've been working on. So you can see, the different things that I'm able to bring to homeowners.
Right.
Yes.
Well, fantastic. Listen, keep bringing it. I
Thank
know you
you.
will with your energy. And on our little show here, we'll show your email, make it easy for people to reach out to you. And Anders, well, thanks so much for making the time. And
Thank
we'll
you.
keep up with your progress, no doubt.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for having me.